Why Juliette Nichols is Rebecca Ferguson's best performance. Rebecca Ferguson has built a career on intensity, commanding, watchful, emotionally precise performances across genres. From the ferocity of Mission Impossible to the operatic ambition of Dune, she often plays women of power, mystery, or authority. Yet none of those roles fully utilize her most distinctive strength, the ability to communicate profound inner life through restraint. In Silo, as Juliette Nichols, Ferguson delivers the most complete, grounded, and psychologically rigorous performance of her career. Not because Juliette is louder, grander, or more dramatic than her previous characters, but because she is quieter, heavier, and more human. This role does not ask Ferguson to dominate the frame, it asks her to endure it, and that is where she becomes extraordinary. Juliette is not designed to be admired. She is actually quite unlikable in the beginning of the show. She lies, manipulates, acts selfishly. That is precisely why Ferguson's work here is her most powerful. Juliette Nichols is a masculine character, not in caricature but in structure. She moves like someone who has learned that the body is a tool. Her posture is grounded, her gestures economical, her presence heavy rather than expressive. Ferguson strips away softness without erasing humanity. There is no flirtation with the camera, no performative femininity. Instead, Juliette occupies space the way mechanics, laborers, and engineers do, solid, practical, unapologetic. Ferguson understands that masculinity here is not about dominance, but about endurance. Many of Ferguson's past roles leaned heavily on her natural intensity, elegance, or mystique. Silo strips all of that away and leaves only presence. Juliette Nichols and the rejection of the modern girl boss archetype. Juliette Nichols stands out in contemporary television because she actively resists a stereotype that has become almost mandatory for strong female characters. She is not written as an angry, hyper-competent, morally infallible girl boss whose toughness is used as a shortcut for depth. Instead, Silo commits to something far rarer. A woman who is strong because she endures, not because she dominates. Strength in Juliette's case is not aesthetic or ideological, it is practical. Imperfection as the core of her humanity. Juliette is not competent by default. She screws up, she misjudges people, she makes reckless decisions, she gets hurt, often brutally. She is nearly murdered multiple times because she doesn't know what she's doing yet. This is crucial. Juliette's arc is not about revealing hidden brilliance. It's about earning capability through repetition and failure. She survives not because she is exceptional, but because she refuses to stop trying. Endurance, not talent, is her defining trait. Where many modern protagonists are written as already correct, already skilled, already superior, Juliette is frequently wrong. The show lets those mistakes cost her physically and emotionally. That cost gives her growth weight. Juliette is arrogant. She's stubborn. She assumes she's right. She pushes when she shouldn't. But here's the difference. Her ego is not protected by the narrative. When Juliette is wrong, the world pushes back. When she overreaches, she pays for it. When her pride blinds her, she is humbled. She does not double down and get rewarded for it, the hallmark of many modern Hollywood protagonists. Instead, she recalibrates. She absorbs the lesson. Her ego bends rather than calcifies. That flexibility is what makes her dangerous to the system, not her anger. Juliette Nichols is not a message delivery system. She is not written to win arguments on behalf of the audience. One of the most deliberate choices Silo makes is refusing to conflate Juliette's toughness with a predefined sexual or ideological identity. She is not coded as homosexual simply because she is physically capable, emotionally guarded, or uninterested in performative femininity. This matters, not as a statement against representation, but as a rejection of lazy narrative equivalents. Every opportunity the show had to turn her into a cultural shorthand, it refused. Her relationships are personal, not declarative. Her sexuality is human, not weaponized as character proof. That restraint alone separates her from a vast number of contemporary protagonists. It is the moment where Ferguson is finally allowed to do what she has always been capable of: disappear into a flawed human being without being asked to symbolize anything, prove anything, or perform strength as spectacle. This role strips away glamour, mystique, and dominance and replaces them with endurance, humility, and moral friction. For Ferguson, Juliette is a validation of restraint over intensity, of craft over charisma. It is a performance built not on commanding the screen, but on staying inside it, absorbing pressure, making mistakes, learning, and continuing anyway. This is the role that proves Rebecca Ferguson doesn't need power fantasies, mythic archetypes, or narrative protection to be compelling. She only needs time, silence, and consequence. Juliette Nichols is the performance that anchors her career, not because it is the loudest or most iconic, but because it is the most honest. And once you see what Ferguson does here, it's impossible to mistake her strength for anything superficial ever again.